My name is Ian Kirkpatrick. I'm a contemporary artist, and I like working with graphic design motifs and working with contemporary modern materials that you'd see every day in things like sort of fashion design, packaging design. I like sort of working with things that people would encounter in their day-to-day lives and sort of find a way to turn them into sort of contemporary artworks. Something that kind of surprises people, something that feels familiar and yet is presented with an unexpected twist. One thing I really noticed at Normanby Hall was that it had actually lots of sphinx artifacts. Either they had it sort of graphically on sort of some of their objects, and some of the pieces actually were shaped like sphinxes. And that was kind of what struck me when I went on my first visit there. So I decided that it would be sort of great to find a way to use that as the central motif for the whole sculpture. So in order to build this piece, I began initially with a sketch. I knew that I wanted it to incorporate this sort of sphinx aesthetic, but actually there's multiple types of sphinxes. There's the Egyptian sphinx that people are familiar with, but actually there's also the Greek sphinx, which has wings. And that's in some ways the particular sort of form of sphinx that I've based this one on. So it's got the sort of the two wings, which actually use the motif that you often see in ancient Greek art. So I would print everything onto kind of paper and sort of transcribe that onto the back side of the cloth. I'd also use digital technology in order to create patches, so embroidered patches. All the sort of graphic design, all the sort of embroidery is done through a digital means. And then I bring it all together through very analog techniques, sewing, and at the end they all get sort of bolted together into the final product. For this project I've been working in both kind of digital and analog ways. So the project starts originally just with a sketch. I kind of draw out what the overall feel and look I want to have for the sculpture is. In this case it's based on furniture design, so it's kind of a bit strange. It mixes a sphinx with a sofa. It's you know, people can come and they can actually sit on it, so it's a bit of an unusual sculpture for me. I've never had a piece that people could interact with so closely. And so in order to begin, I created the thing digitally. I designed how it would look from all its angles. So one thing I want is for people to just be able to kind of sit down on the artwork and relax, and then spend the time to kind of look around at all the iconography on the different parts, and really sort of see the history of Normanby Hall, which I've kind of represented in the different graphics, and also look at the Regency period more broadly, which they'll find everywhere on the surfaces of the piece.